The acoustic silence of the Indian Wells box office was sovereignly shattered while the global tennis establishment was panic-striking over the rising costs of living. A financial nuclear explosion was taking place in the heart of the California desert. Reports are going off that for the upcoming quarterfinal match featuring the Philippines' own Alex, the official ticket prices didn't just rise. They sovereignly skyrocketed to an inhumane $5,000 per seat. The hidden truth is that the WTA corporate sharks reportedly tried to muffle the Pine Army by setting these extortionate prices, hoping to keep the stadium elite in quiet. But their plan backfired with a seismic impact that has incinerated the record books. The information explosion suggests that despite the $5,000 price tag, the entire 16,000-seat Stadium 1 was sovereignly sold out in exactly 10 minutes. The panic in the tournament director's office is now total. They are fuming because they realize they underestimated the sovereign loyalty of the Filipino people. Reports leak that billionaire owner Eala was seen staring at the live sales data in absolute nuclear shock. The savage reality is that Eala is no longer just a tennis player. She has dismantled the traditional economic laws of the sport. She is a global commodity whose demand is so inhumane that even the wealthiest fans are being outbid by the passionate Pino supporters who are reportedly flying in from Manila, Dubai, and London just to witness this sovereign moment. One elite ticket broker in Los Angeles was heard whispering, "I've seen Federer. I've seen Nadal, but I've never seen a nuclear sellout like this. People are selling their cars just to sit in the nosebleed sections for Eala." But the savage high point of this part 1 is the reaction of the establishment rivals. Reports are going off that some top 10 players are panic-striking because their own matches with much cheaper tickets are struggling to fill half the stadium. They are fuming at the acoustic disparity. The information explosion on social media has reached 150 million impressions, with fans sobbingly celebrating the fact that a brown girl from Quezon City is now the most expensive ticket in world sport. The sovereignty of the Philippines has reached a nuclear level where the Matrix can no longer muffle the sound of the fans. Rafael Nadal, watching from the sidelines, reportedly gave a savage 5-word assessment to the media that has now dismantled the critics. The world wants her spirit. Rafa knows that people aren't paying $5,000 for a tennis match. They are paying for a sovereign revolution. They are paying to see the girl who incinerated the odds and reached world number 28 against all illegal corporate sabotage. The savage truth is that Eala has occupied the financial heart of Indian Wells. The financial aftershocks of Eala's 10-minute sellout have sovereignly escalated into a nuclear economic crisis on this Monday morning, March 9, 2026. While the global media was still panic-striking over the $5,000 official price tag, the hidden truth was emerging from the dark corners of the internet. Reports are going off that a sovereign black market has exploded with tickets for Alex's quarterfinal match being resold for an inhumane $20,000 per seat. The information explosion suggests that elite scalpers and corporate sharks have dismantled the official ticketing system to muffle the average fan's access. But the savage reality is that the Pin Army is not backing down. Witnesses leak that sovereign groups of Filipino businessmen and overseas workers are reportedly pooling their wealth to buy these $20,000 tickets, ensuring that the stadium remains a Philippine fortress. One elite security contractor at the Indian Wells gate was heard whispering, "I've seen people sell their Rolexes and their cars in the parking lot just to get a nuclear entry into the stadium." The effect is incinerating the value of money itself. But the savage high point of this part 2 happened inside the owner's private suite. Reports leaked that Eala, the multi-billionaire owner of the tournament, was in a sovereignly intense confrontation with the WTA board of directors. The information explosion suggests that the WTA officials were fuming and panic-striking because they didn't get a sovereign cut of the massive resale profits. They reportedly tried to illegalize the Eala surge by demanding a nuclear tax on the tickets. But Eala, seeing the inhumane loyalty of Alex's fans, reportedly gave the board a savage 8-word shutdown that has now dismantled their corporate greed. She is the show. Either pay or leave. This sovereign defense from the king of the desert has incinerated the WTA's attempt to muffle Alex's success. Eala reportedly realizes that Alex is the only reason the stadium is sovereignly occupied, while other matches are acoustically empty. The psychological impact on the top 10 rival players has been seismic. Reports are going off that some of the world's biggest tennis stars are panic-striking in the locker rooms. They are fuming because even with their sovereign Grand Slam titles, they cannot command a fraction of the nuclear demand that Eala's sovereign demand sells out Indian Wells in 10 minutes Filipino fire. The desert air in Indian Wells, California, has always carried the electricity of world-class tennis. The BNP Paribas Open is often called the fifth Grand Slam, attracting legends, billion-dollar sponsors, and crowds of passionate fans every March. But in 2026, something extraordinary happened. Something no one expected. A 20-year-old Filipina tennis star walked into the tournament, and suddenly ticket prices exploded. Crowds flooded the box office, and the tennis world started whispering about a new phenomenon. Her name, Alexandra Eala. Within minutes of ticket sales opening, fans rushed online so fast that sessions connected to her matches reportedly sold out almost instantly, with resale prices skyrocketing as excitement around her appearance surged. Some resale listings even reached shocking numbers, thousands of dollars for a seat, turning Indian Wells into one of the most talked-about sporting events of the season. But the real story isn't just about ticket prices. It's about the birth of a global superstar. Globe showing Europe-Africa the rise of a tennis phenomenon. Alexandra Eala was born in Quezon City, Philippines, and from the moment she picked up a tennis racket at the age of 4, there was a quiet belief around her that she was destined for greatness. Her journey was anything but ordinary. Instead of following the traditional path of Filipino athletes, she left home at a young age to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, one of the most elite tennis training facilities in the world. There, she learned Nadal-style relentless topspin, brutal endurance training, championship mentality. Years later, the investment began to pay off. By February 2026, Eala reached a career-high WTA ranking of world number 31, making her the highest-ranked Filipina tennis player in history. But rankings only tell part of the story. The real story was the wave she was creating around the sport. Filipino, the power of the Filipino fan base. To understand the Indian Wells ticket frenzy, you must understand one thing. Filipino sports fans are unlike any other fan base in the world. Whether it's boxing legend Manny,